Hello, this is Poet Spice Jamie Lola Tallulah, and I am here to do a video on coloring again. We are going to use Spectrum Noir products, and I will show you what's going on. So first off, I use this Finesse waterproof dye ink, and I must say that these are very nice. I'm going to use this stamp, which is from last Christmas. It's the Bluebell Cottage. Crafters Companion. The coordinating die, of course. Because if you've got a die, you might as well use it. And if you don't have a die, buy one. I am using these Mutter watercolor brushes, which I actually like. And I can't remember if I got them on Amazon or if I got them somewhere else. But I'm using these tips here. Then I'm also using the Spectrum Noir Aqua Markers. Let's see, get it? Sure. Okay, so here we go with the image. Now, as you can see, I'm just using some old plastic packaging, and I'm scrubbing down some of the ink out of the markers. Now, I went back and put a white piece of paper under there so you could actually see the colors off to the side. And so I want to go with a wash of red on the base of this building. So I'm adding some water from the watercolor brush and mixing it with the paint over on the plastic palette, my makeshift palette. And then I'm just bringing it to the image. Now you do not want a sopping wet brush. You just want to make it wet enough to make the paint move so that you can get the coverage. Now since these are watercolor markers, you can go back layer after layer and deepen your color. So as you can see on the right hand side, it's darker, and I want some darkness under like this snow ledge and wherever it would be darkest because of shadows. So what you can do from there is you can go back to your palette and pick up the paint with less water. Another thing that you can see I am doing here, if you look off to the side, is I'm mixing some of that brown with the red and going back over the areas where there would be shadow, either from the roof or the side of the house, some of the cross hatching. And by mixing the two, you get a deeper shade, and that will give you shading as well. And you can just go back as many times as you want. Now I should mention, I'm not using any special paper for this at all. I'm using 65-pound white cardstock that I would normally just color on. Now this means, of course, you can't use as much water as you would on watercolor card, but it works just as well. Now you could stamp this out on watercolor paper, and that would be fine as well. What you do want to be aware of is not overworking your paper. So you want to definitely move on to areas that are dry. There I mixed 2 of the greens, and I'm just going to go back over all of the leaves and so forth on the building and add those touches of green. And anytime you need more paint, as you can see, maybe off to the side, some of that brown is going out. So all you have to do then is just go back like I did, just pick up that marker, scribble out some more on the palette, and you can just keep going. So now I'm using that brown to go in to the branches. And this time you can see I'm actually taking the marker directly to the paper. And the reason I'm doing this is because those lines are so fine that we can just use the point of the marker I think that's an eraser. The point of the marker. And then just go back with the water brush and just kind of spread it out a little bit. Now I'm doing the same thing with the red for the flowers because they're so small that you could just pretty much touch the tip of the water marker and then use the brush just to make it bleed a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and do the wood pieces. And one of the things I do love about the stamp, number one, is the size. It's so huge. And two, that the door opens. The die cuts it so that the door opens, which is fabulous. So then we're going to do the windows. So what is something that you guys have colored or painted lately? You can leave that in the comments below as you're watching. Show me what you have colored. Well, you can't show it, I guess. But you can put comments in as to what you have colored lately or painted. You could also leave comments below about what you would like to see me color or paint. I'm considering doing a scribble painting. I haven't done one of those in a while. So here, I want the snow look. And you'll notice that we're using a blue. So you can use blues. You can really use any color for snow. But if you use blues and or grays and then leave large white spaces, it looks more like snow than if you just left it white, because you have shadows and dips in snow. We're going to go ahead and go up here to the chimneys. And once again, as you saw, instead of going to the palette first, I'm just taking the marker to the paper directly and then using the water to spread it. When you're doing that, you don't want to use a heavy hand with your marker. You kind of want to use a light touch so that you're not soaking the area with paint. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you all are safe and doing well. Don't forget to leave a comment below, and like, share, subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.